Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Dennis B, and today we are looking at Earthshaker. It's launch day again, and here we are with what might be the last Zen table that comes for the AtGames 4KP? Question mark? Who knows? Maybe? Maybe not? I hope not. Bought this thing for basically for Zen tables. You know, I already own a HD. It's right here next to me. I could play all those other games on that. So anyway, I don't want to do a whole thing on that. There's been a ton of talk and speculation. Nobody knows anything, but you know, I'd be lying if I didn't say that it doesn't look great right now, but who knows? Anyway, let's not worry about that for today. Right now, let's look at, we got a new table. We got a new Williams table. It's Earthshaker. It's here. As per usual, I'm doing this as a reaction video. Now, I've played Earthshaker before, obviously. I played it on Pinball FX. I played it on Zen Pinball Go, whatever the fuck they're calling that now. But this is obviously the first time I just purchased, downloaded, and installed this for the AtGames 4KP. So interested to see how it plays. You know, for me, you know, this isn't a table that that was one of my Williams go-to tables when it came out, or since it's come out. And partially because I play this mainly on OTG on my AtGames, my HD setup over here with a PC, and it's a little bit older PC. And anyway, long story short, there's a little bit of lag. There's just enough lag to make this game really hard to play when, because if your flippers are not, are not reacting immediately, it's really, really hard to time the crossing shots, which is the crossing shot is the main shot of this game. So really hard to do, and so it was really hard to get a good score when there's just enough flipper lag to make it like hard. It's this same thing with Black Knight 2000, which ironically enough is part of the pack that this comes in. Another one that's really hard. It's got a opposite crossing shot. Really hard to do when you got a little bit of flipper lag. So anyway, I have high hopes for this one. Hopefully it plays well. I'm also very interested to see how the surround sound kit works. I know you're probably not going to pick it up much on YouTube, but I am going to kind of crank up the volume on this to see how that how the SSF kit sounds. But yeah, so I'm excited to play this one. I hope it's not our last Zen table. It might be, but we shall see. But let's fire it up, and then I'll talk a little bit about the table as I play here. So again, expectations for me, should have good SSF kit. I'll only put it to 60. I won't really crank it up. Okay. Oh, before I do this, I gotta turn off those ball trails. For now, I'll leave the visual extras on. I think generally speaking, I'll probably turn those off. And I leave floating scores on. I know not everyone does, but some spots on my playfield here. Sorry. Okay, anyway, let me stop blabbing on and just fire it up. So, probably going to get your usual heavies and physics. Now look at this. I've got the plunger pulled all the way back, and it only goes about halfway. Not a good sign right off the bat. Okay, so at least powerful enough to get it all the way around. There is a skill shot up there. Already lit quick multi-ball. Multi-ball is collected in that green flashing arrow right there, or at least started. If I can get it. Oh boy. Yeah, very, very slow moving ball here. Slow physics on this table right off the bat. Which I say that now, and then I'm gonna get one of those patented Earthshaker rebounds or deflections that are gonna come at me at 100 miles an hour. Alright, come on. Get in there. Oh, and there you go, right off the bat. I'm just trying to trying to get the ball to my other flipper. Okay, so let me try a skill shot here. Maybe right around there. That was 25K. There you go. Got the crossing shot. That's a good sign. But yeah, flippers, responsive. No worry about flipper lag here. Got the 50,000 hole there. But yeah, this can be a pretty punishing table when you miss your shots. Okay, I somehow nudged and I shook a second ball loose. I don't know how that happened, because this is not multi-ball right now. I shook a second ball loose. Alright, I definitely messed something up. Listen to that noise. Let me see what happens on the drain here. This machine got to reset itself. Because now it's doing an end ball. But I don't know if you guys saw what happened. I did a slap, panicked slap save, and I shook a second ball out somehow. And then it screwed up because I finished the Earthshaker mode, and shit went haywire. So I'm not gonna put up a stink on that one. That's just like a weird random. There's an extra ball lit right there. If I can get it in that hole, there it is. Oh, that is something I gotta stop doing. I have a bad habit of like shooting it in that hole and taking my hands off the flippers and relaxing for a bit. Don't do that, because it shoots the ball right back out fairly quickly. Okay, so this is the quick multi-ball. This is an actual multi-ball. That's a 1,000,000-point shot right there. And another extra ball. Oh boy, what did I do? So, I had quick multi-ball. I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. I screwed it up. So I had a quick 2-ball multi-ball. Oh man. Come on. Got it. So I had a 2-ball multi-ball, but I shot the crossing shot that starts the 3-ball multi-ball, so it started the 3-ball. And then now this is after you lose the 3-ball multi-ball, you get like there's a hurry up mode where you can restart multi-ball again. And both balls immediately drain, which is awesome. So reaction-wise, again, I don't know if you're picking it up, but right now when you're doing the multi-ball, it's during an earthquake, and so that rumble, that subwoofer and the surround sound kit is just, it's rumbling the whole table, which is really, really cool. Because again, the original Earthshaker, if you guys, anyone's not familiar with the original Earthshaker, I believe it's the very first pinball table that had like a shaker motor in it, and it rumbled and it shook, and it was obviously innovative for its time. Now you basically get every pinball machine have that option. I would love to. Oh, come on. I'd love to get that timing down. I'm not going to give you a full tutorial on this table. I'm actually going to do a video tutorial on this. Oh man, see, there you go. That was a perfect example of what I was talking about. Sometimes the ball can come at you super fast. I think that's it for me. I know I had a couple of extra balls. Okay, shoot again. Okay, so... But yeah, so far so good. I mean, this is basically what I was expecting, what I was hoping for. Wasn't hoping for that kick out. But in terms of gameplay, yeah, the responsiveness of the flippers, you know, usual. I don't want to say that there's no lag at all, but it's your typical Zen. This definitely feels like just like all the other Zen tables. You know, you got your heavier ball physics, you know, reactive flippers, which is great. Again, that you need them for that crossing shot. You know, if you have any lag whatsoever, that those shots are damn near impossible to hit. And the surround sound kit sounds great. That one you have to take my word for, or buy it for yourself, buy it, see it for yourself. But yeah, I mean, right off the bat, I would say if you like all the Williams tables, all the Zen recreations of the Williams tables, and you like how they play on the 4KP, or at least find them palatable to play on the 4KP, then you'll like this one. My understanding is that this was in testing with AtGames for quite a while, which is why it took so long for it to come out. But apparently they were oh man, oh, and I keep forgetting, there is actually a center pin here that I try to utilize. But apparently there were some audio issues with this, and as you know, Black Knight 2000 and Sword of Fury and maybe a couple other ones had really bad audio. You know, not so much like the music and sound effects, but like the DMD audio, the ROM, the original ROM, was very crackly and staticky, and sometimes it cut off, sometimes it slow down. Here, I'm not hearing any issues. Sorry, I'm playing pretty shitty at the moment. Late on that. So if the man, so there you go. There's your perfect Zen physics right there, where like you get that 4 flipper hit. And it's kind of a heavy ball, gets a lot of momentum, does not stop rolling up that flipper. That was a really rough game. So this is a perfect example right here. These two games are my Earthshaker experience right here. It's like you can do pretty well. I mean, the first game I was talking, but I did okay. I hit one million-point shot. But like this game, like can be super punishing and can end really quick on you too. So I'd say don't get discouraged if you have a lot of games where you're, barely cracking 1,000,000 points, because this table can kick your ass. So I just locked ball 1 there. There were 2 shots that you want to practice. It's that upper flipper cross shot, and it's this center shot here. If you can get those 2 shots down, oh man. If you can get those 2 shots down, you're golden. If you don't, and you do what I just did, that's going to happen a lot too. This is definitely one of those tables that if you miss, you get punished. And you definitely have to watch that off the pop bumper down that lane at 100 miles an hour, because it's happened a couple times now. That shot right there, get that center shot down, that gets your miles up. Which increases your end of ball bonus, and it also gets your way towards getting extra balls. So the crossing shot, there's basically two. There's the lane that goes up here, this is the fault ramp, and there's another one that comes around. There's a yellow arrow that you can kind of see. But that right there was another one of my worries with heavy ball physics. You're probably going to get a lot of those rollbacks too. You got to hit the shot perfectly in order to get it up that ramp, because if you don't, the heavy ball physics, you know, think Attack from Mars and Medieval Madness, just trying to get the balls up some of those ramps sometimes. They just refuse to go. But that's just the nature of the Zen ball physics on these. Man, I really got to get that timing down. There's that one I was looking for. Yep, there you go. Too early, missed it. Center post off there, straight down the middle. And maybe it's just me because I'm not that good of a player, but yeah, it's really, on this table, it's really hard to recover when you miss. So anyway, again, enough tutorializing. The plan for my next video, I'm trying to get it recorded today and I'll post tomorrow. I'm going to do a full tutorial on this, on what you need to shoot for, what you need to do to get your high scores. This game is all about multi-balls, believe it or not, which is not, you know, I think not typical, I think, for most Williams tables, but you want to get to your multi-ball modes and get your jackpots. That's basically where you're going to get your most of your high scoring here. But anyway, my plan is I'm going to do a full tutorial on this, get it posted by first thing tomorrow morning. But in terms of like, is this table good? Should I buy it? If you are collecting all the Williams tables, the Zen Williams tables, and you like how they play, you're good with the heavy physics, this table is no different than any of them, you know? Is this my favorite Williams table? No, not even by a long shot. But it's fun. It's a new table on 4KP, which might, like I said, might be the last Zen table. So and this costs $10 too. So again, I'll leave it to you to determine whether it's worth it or not. I personally think that, you know, grabbing all the Zen tables, especially the Williams remakes, are definitely worth the money. You know, would have been better under the old pricing, maybe under $5. You can, you know, stomach it a little bit more, but this one here, it's fine. It's cool. Anyway, that's my impressions and review. If you guys have any questions, any feedback, anything you want to know, let me know in the chat. As I said, I'm going to be recording the full tutorial later today, so if there's any specific things you want to know about the table, let me know. Thanks everyone, and talk soon. Bye.